And welcome in to the 2025 Little League Baseball All-Star District Tournament here from Tom McFarland Field inside of Bungle West Park. I'm Lewis Maddox taking you on the ride that is 11-year-old baseball today, this afternoon from Columbia, Tennessee. It's Columbia and Spring Hill, a classic rivalry renewed. This time it's within the realm of Little League Baseball. Columbia will be the home team to start out this series for the quest for a district championship. And Columbia in the field. Their starting lineup on the mound is Peyton Grooms wearing number 8. Behind the plate is Wyatt Dial, number 12. Starting at third base is Benny Rivera. At second base, actually at shortstop first is Riot Blake. Playing second base is Liam Santiago. At first base is Colt Wessel. And then your infield left to right your outfield left to right. In left field is Brady McClellan for Columbia wearing number 10. In center field, it's Nick Parks, number 17. And playing out in right is Camden Williams for Columbia today. The 11U All-Star District Tournament facing off against the crosstown rival, or just to the north.
Now batting for Spring Hill
is Spring Hill.
Grant Rector.
Grant Rector is leading off for Spring Hill today. As we get things underway here in the top of the first inning from Tom McFarland Field. A first pitch bunt laid down. It's going to be scooped up and not in time is the throw. As it goes back down the third base line, and the pitcher, Peyton Grooms, trying to scoop it up, but as soon as he looked up, he didn't even throw it over to first. There wasn't enough time. And there's one on for Spring Hill after only one pitch thrown. Next pitch from Grooms comes in low and outside.
27, Amos Partee.
Amos DeParte batting second for Spring Hill today, the 11U All-Stars. He fouls that one away and evens up his count 1-1. Grant Rector, leadoff man for Spring Hill, playing out in center field. Laid down a bunt in a perfect spot on the first pitch from Grooms. This one's put back into play, going right back towards Grooms again. He throws over to Wessel at first base for the first out. So there's one away in the top of the first inning, but one does advance. And that's Grant Rector now in scoring position at second base.
Now batting the pitcher, number 28, Devin York.
Here's Devin York, the pitcher, sporting number 28 for Spring Hill today. He tries to lay down a bunt, but fouls it away. Backwards into the backstop. Goes down to strike one. Just getting started in the 11U District Tournament from Tom McFarland Field on the Front Porch Sports Radio Network, 103.7 WKRM. This one's popped up. Going to be shallow into right field and will drop fair, and no one can get back there in time as it fell in no man's land. And now coming home is Rector. There's not going to be a play at the plate, and a run scores for Spring Hill. Now a run down as they throw it back to first base, and Wessel falls down. So off of an error, Devin York, the pitcher, going to be starting on the mound for Spring Hill today, advances to second base and gets an RBI out of it.
Now batting number 41, Elijah Ferreira.
And up comes the catcher now, Elijah Ferreira. And that one comes in high and in for ball one. So it's 1-0 Spring Hill with a runner on second base with one away in the top of the first. Here's the pitch from Grooms. That one goes outside. Trying to put a little movement on that ball right there, but it goes down as the second ball on the count, now 2-0. Swung through by Ferrara that time. Got a piece of it, but not enough to take it off of its path. It goes down as strike one. Another fouled away pitch by Ferrara, this time into the back net. And it evens up the count now 2-2. Pitch from Grooms comes in high, and the count runs full. Only one away here at the top of the first, and this will be the 15th offering from Grooms. This time on a full count, and it goes high again, and Grooms puts another runner on. Ferrara heading down to first base. Now runners on first and second for Spring Hill with a 1-0 lead in the top of the first.
Now batting number 13, Wyatt Copeland.
Up comes Wyatt Copeland wearing number 13 and playing out in right field starting out today for Spring Hill. Copeland lays off of the first offering from Grooms. It goes in low and on the outside corner of the plate. Swung through this time by Copeland. Even count now 1-1. Swung through once again and tried to chase that one up high. It's a 1-2 count for Copeland. 2 on for Spring Hill. 1 in scoring position. That's Devin York at second. And a called strike 3. Copeland watched it go by, and now 2 away here in the top of the first as Peyton Grooms records his first strikeout.
Now batting number 22, Jason Carpenter.
Here in the district tournament. And out comes Jason Carpenter. Outside corner, strike 1 to Carpenter. Carpenter, a designated hitter on the roster for Spring Hill. Wearing number 22. Swing through pitch 2 from Grooms, and it's an 0-2 count. That one just called low and inside. The count now 1-2 for Jason Carpenter. 1-0 Spring Hill, 2 away top of the first with 2 on. This one putting a play right towards third base, and making the grab at third is Benny Rivera wearing the number 4. He makes the grab for out number 3. And that will round out the top of the first inning. 1 hit, 1 error, no runs, and 2 men left for Spring Hill. They lead it 1-0 over Columbia as we head to the bottom of the first. This is Columbia American Baseball.
After the
Don Pepe's, best Mexican food and margaritas in town. Fresh from scratch and served sizzling at your table. We welcome everyone, including large parties up to 60 people. Private room, outdoor patio, full bar, fresh guac at your table. Come enjoy a taste of Mexico. Don Pepe's Mexican Grill. 2 locations to serve you. 1202 South James Campbell Boulevard in Columbia and 1203 Murfreesboro Road in Franklin. Don Pepe's, the new taste of Mexican food.
This is David Usselton with Usselton Automotive, located in Columbia, Tennessee. We service all foreign and domestic vehicles. We take pride in our work, and we don't cut corners. We offer a 5-year, 50,000-mile warranty and loan our cars with almost every repair. We are located at 1201 South High Street in Columbia, Tennessee. You can reach us at 931-215-1765 or find more information at usseltons.com.
on the mound.
Welcome back into Tom McFarland Field. Lewis Maddox on the call for the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. It's a 1-0 Spring Hill lead as we head to the bottom of the first inning in the first matchup between Columbia and Spring Hill. From Columbia, Tennessee, the 11U District All-Star Tournament. Wearing number 2 and a designated hitter on the roster will lead off for Columbia.
Columbia American 11U number 2, Thomas Harris.
It's Thomas Harris to lead off for Columbia. Columbia looking to get something back quickly after Spring Hill took a quick 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. First pitch from Devin York comes in for strike one. Harris didn't offer anything to it. Here's the 0-1 pitch from York, and it's called strike two. And quickly, Harris is down 0-2. Here's the 0-2. And it comes in inside. It's a 1-2 count for Thomas Harris. Bottom of the first inning, no outs. Spring Hill up 1-0 over Columbia. This one put into play, shooting into the gap, and will be scooped up by the shortstop for Spring Hill. Finally getting to it was Ruiz from a shortstop spot, but Thomas Harris with the wheels got to first base in time, and there's one on for Columbia. Both teams so far have put the lead man on. Spring Hill with a sack with a bunt laid down the third baseline, and Thomas Harris with a base hit, almost putting it in the gap.
Columbia American number 8, Peyton Grooms,
in left field. Peyton Grooms, the pitcher, will be up now. He's batting second in the lineup. Here's the pitch from York. On a 0-1 count, it gets by Ferrara, the catcher, on a low pitch, and Thomas Harris advances to second base. The one in scoring position now for Columbia. That is the tying run. Devin York sets up, and now there's one slung down the first baseline right towards the first baseman for Spring Hill. He grabs it and tags the bag for out number one. That's Amos DeParte, who scooped that one up and made the tag for out one here in the bottom of the first. Harris advances to third base. The lone man on for Columbia, now one away in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch from York. Comes in high. The starting catcher for the Columbia 11U team. It's Wyatt Dial. The first pitch to him came in low. And now the 1-0 offering from Devin York. Called low once again. Now a 2-0 count. Here's a 2-0 from York. It's popped straight up in the air, and under it is Ferrara, who makes the grab for out number two. Now 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. Columbia really trying to tie this thing up. After a run scored for Spring Hill in the top of the first, they have Thomas Harris.
Riot Blake.
They have Thomas Harris at third base. The tying run, but now 2 away in the bottom of the first inning. This one popped up straight in the air. Going to be right on the edge of the outfield in right field, and the grab is made for out number 3. And that will do it for the first inning of play. So Columbia 1 left, 1 hit, no runs. As we head to the top of the second inning, it's Columbia 0 and Spring Hill 1. This is Columbia American Baseball.
1 inning of play.
Bypass Deli, 1806 Shady Brook Street in Columbia. All fresh American food. We hand pat our patties daily so you can enjoy the best burgers in town. Come enjoy anything from our outdoor patio to a burger paired with a cold beer to a Reuben or even our ice cream floats and everything in between. Voted Muletown's best burgers. That's Bypass Deli, 1806 Shady Brook Street. Bypass Deli, serving Columbia since 1966.
Hello, this is Rick Tillis from Tillis Jewelry. What is a full-service jeweler? Experienced staff, custom designers, in-house jewelry repairs, and beautiful jewelry. Yes, at Tillis Jewelry, we are passionate, knowledgeable, and committed to integrity. We strive to be the best in our community and in our profession. We build long-term relationships and become part of family traditions that will cross generations. We delight clients by providing an unparalleled selection, superior service, and exceptional value. Tillis Jewelry, we exceed your expectations.
Welcome back into Tom McFarland Field. Lewis Maddox on the call for the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. Top of the second inning. Spring Hill on top 1-0.
Now batting for Spring Hill, number 6, Aiden Bonner.
Aiden Bonner up for Spring Hill, wearing number 6 and playing second base today. The 11U All-Star team from up north. He misses on a bunt attempt, his first pitch in. Swings through that one and fouls it away. It's an 0-2 count for Aiden Bonner. Spring Hill on top 1-0 in the top of the second inning. Peyton Groom still on the mound for Columbia. And he swings through pitch number 3 for strike 3, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the second. Second strikeout recorded for Peyton Grooms in as many innings. Good miss
Now
that time.
Spring Hill, number 34, Gage Holtgrew.
It's a 1-0 count for Gage Holtgrew. Playing in left field today for Spring Hill, wearing number 34. He's got a 2-0 count as that one misses from Grooms. Here's the 2-0. And it's called low. It's a 3-0 count. There's a strike thrown by Grooms. Gets back into the swing of things there. It's now 3-1 to Gage Holtgrew. Swung through, and the count is now full. 3-2. Swung through, and after a 3-0 start, Peyton Grooms comes back and records his third strikeout of the afternoon. Swung through that time by Holtgrew. And it's 2 up, 2 down so far for the Columbia 11U All-Stars. Strike thrown that time outside corner, Peyton Grooms. Grooms wearing number 8. Already up to 35 pitches. And his 35th is a strike. Count is 0-2. It's Luke Irvine, another designated hitter on the roster for Columbia, and that's strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Peyton Grooms as Spring Hill is sat down in order. No hits, no runs, and nobody left. They still lead it 1-0 over Columbia as we head to the bottom of the second. This is Columbia American Baseball.
Pitch count.
We at Hollins Pharmacy must be doing something right. We've been providing pharmaceutical services in the Middle Tennessee area for over 60 years. The guiding principles of our business are fast, accurate, friendly, personal service. We do not have long waiting lines, and our phone calls are answered by a staff member. We strive to get to know our customers by name, not just a date of birth or number. We are your locally owned hometown pharmacy, and we appreciate your business. We urge you to come visit us at Hollins Pharmacy, 1608 Hatcher Lane here in Columbia.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We're here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
Back at Tom McFarland Field, Nick Parks will lead things off for Columbia in the bottom of the second. They left a man on third last time out in the bottom of the first, and they trail by 1 run, trying to get that run back. And Nick Parks will be the man to try and do that first. This time it's going to be a grounder over to second base, and he came off the bag. Ferrara did. No! Wow, Nick Parks ran through first. Amos DeParte at first base caught a wild throw from second base, came off the bag, and as Parks was going back to first, he was tagged out. This one's put into play, going towards short. It's scooped up at that point, and the throw from Rivera is in time to DeParte. for out number 2.
Last batter was number 23, Elijah Davis. Now batting for Columbia American, number 11, Colt Wessel.
Here's Colt Wessel, the first baseman, wearing number 11 today. First pitch comes in high for ball 1. Wessel swings through. Make the count even now, 1-1 for the Columbia first baseman. That one goes over the head of the catcher Ferrara. And Wessels goes ahead in the count now, 2-1. Columbia down 1-0 to Spring Hill. No one on and 2 away. This one popped out of play. Over the netting above the Spring Hill dugout. The count back even at 2-2. This one put right back towards Devin York, and he makes the grab. That ball was blistered by Colt Wessels, but it was right in the zone for Devin York to make the grab, and that will round out the second inning of play. No hits, no runs, and no one left for Columbia as they still trail Spring Hill 1-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. This is Columbia American Baseball.
Devin York, 17 pitches.
Columbia Foodland is a locally owned and operated family grocery store with a full line of dry, dairy, frozen, meat, and produce items. We focus on keeping the freshest hand-cut meat and produce items daily with the most competitive prices in town. We offer weekly ad specials as well as in-store weekly specials throughout the store. Located at 427 West 7th Street in Columbia in the former Harris Foodland location. Columbia Foodland. We're here and ready to serve the wonderful people of Columbia and the surrounding areas.
Tom McFarland Field, the site of the 2025 11U and 10U District All-Star Tournament. Bungle West Park is what this park has been called since, I believe, 1964. I think it's
Now batting
painted across the side of the press box that I am located at top of right now. I'm Lewis Maddox for the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. The third baseman, Bonner, is up for Spring Hill to lead things off in the top of the third. And a bunt is laid down right back towards Grooms. This time he has time to scoop it up and throw it over to Wessels for out number 1. This has been a fast-paced Little League baseball game so far. No time has been wasted at all.
Number 9, Nixon Ruiz.
Here in the top of the third, no team has gotten close to batting around in their order just yet. This is Nate Ruiz. Takes the first pitch from Grooms, and it's out of the zone for ball 1, and that time he swings through for strike 1. Even count now, 1-1. Ruiz, the shortstop, has already made a couple of plays on defense today. Strike coming down this time from Grooms, catches the outside corner, and the count is now 1-2. Pitch from Grooms this time popped up. Shallow right field, and it gets over the head of the Columbia second baseman. Liam Santiago was backpedaling, but couldn't make an attempt, or did make an attempt, but couldn't get there in time. And it's a base runner on for Spring Hill, and a hit for Nate Ruiz. Beal, the designated hitter, next up for Spring Hill. An 0-1 count as he swings through pitch number 1, this time catching the outside corner from Grooms for another strike. And Beal quickly down 0-2. An offering from Grooms off the mark that time. A count now 1-2 for the designated hitter Beal. And there's the strike thrown by Grooms right there. Another strikeout for Peyton Grooms. That's his 5th of the outing.
Now
in 2 2/3 innings of work. And we're back around to the top of the lineup. It's Grant Rector. First pitch that Rector faced in the top of the first inning. He laid down a beautiful bunt down the third base line and got on base. The leadoff man for Spring Hill that time. Pitch off the mark from Grooms. It's a 1-1 count for Grant Rector. Swings through that time on the offering from Grooms, and it's a 1-2 count. That time Grooms caught the plate, but it was down low, about an ankle high, ball 2. Count 2-2 to Grant Rector, playing center field, wearing number 31. Grooms is all over the plate, that time high. Full count for Grant Rector. Swung through and a strikeout, the 6th of the day for Peyton Grooms, which rounds out the top of the third inning of play. Only 1 hit, no runs, and 1 left for Spring Hill as we head to the bottom of the third inning. They lead it 1-0 over Columbia. This is Columbia American Baseball.
This is Hal Landers, owner of Landers Insurance Agency. We are an independent agency representing the famous Erie Insurance Group. Landers Insurance Agency has been committed to providing great rates and great service since 2002. Whether it's home and auto or business or life insurance, we've got you covered. 24/7 in-house claim service, we've got that too. Visit Landers Insurance at 514 North Garden Street, Columbia. Call us at 931-380-2003. Our website is landersinsuranceagency.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Office space available in beautiful downtown Columbia. Kennedy Broadcasting Company, WKRM and WKOM, has 3 offices for rent in its downtown building. Each office is approximately 18 by 18, and each includes a closet-type storage area. Included are utilities, Wi-Fi, and communal break area. Contact Station Manager Clayton Harris at 931-626-3131.
Back at Tom McFarland Field inside of Bungle West Park. 103.7 WKRM, the site for the 11U District Tournament from Columbia, Tennessee. Lewis Maddox on the call for WKRM, the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. You can also find the live stream of this broadcast on all of our social channels, including our website, frontporchradiotn.com.
Off the bottom of the third inning for Columbia American. It'll be number 19, Ryder Dale.
Ryder Dale will lead off for Columbia, listed as a designated hitter for the 11U All-Star team for Columbia American in this game. As Devin York sends his last practice pitch down to Carpenter, who's now behind the plate for Spring Hill. They've made a change there as it was Ferrara. Now Carpenter behind the plate for Spring Hill. And here's the first pitch to Ryder Dale. And it's a good one from York. Comes right down the pipe for strike 1. Devin York, no strikeouts recorded, but his defense has been fantastic. He's only thrown 18 pitches to this point. And that pitch goes outside. Evens up the count, now 1-1. No outs, bottom of the third inning. Spring Hill on top 1-0. They scored their only run in the top of the first, and they did it quickly. 2-1 the count as that pitch missed inside from York. Here's the next offering from York. It's shot towards second base, and the throw over to Amos DeParte at first base is in time. As Rotterdale grounds out to second base, and there's one away here in the bottom of the third. Camden Williams, the right fielder, will step up next for Columbia American, sporting the number 6 during this All-Star tournament.
Now batting for Columbia American, number 6, Camden Williams.
We have an official timeout for Wyatt Copeland out in center field to retie his left cleat. And he is making sure those buddies are not coming back untied. Or maybe he's just still learning. Anyways, he got him tied, and it's one away in the bottom of the third inning. Up comes Williams in the first offering from York. Put in the play, going towards Ruiz at shortstop. The throw is low, and unable to make the scoop is DeParte. And there's a man on for Columbia with one away in the bottom of the third. Camden Williams with a shot right there. I'm going to give him the hit because I think he was going to beat out that throw anyway. Was a low shot from Ruiz at short. And up comes Liam Santiago for his first batting attempt of the evening. Starting at second base today and sporting the number 5. Puts this one into play, going right. Oh, no. Camden Williams was sent to second base. What a great catch by Aiden Bonner at second. He dove and made the grab, and Camden Williams was heading towards second. He got off the bag, and they went back to first base.
Allstars 1, Columbia American 0, pitch count.
They went back to first base for the double play, and that will round out the third inning of play. 1 hit, no runs, and none left for Columbia as they still trail 1-0 to Spring Hill. This is Columbia American Baseball.
I'm Justin George.
I'm Corey Muehlbauer.
Together, we are Columbia Motor Company.
Columbia Motor Company offers quality pre-owned vehicles at an affordable price, along with many financing options to keep you in your budget.
We are veteran and locally owned. We are located just off of Carmack Boulevard in downtown Columbia. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram or visit our website at columbiamotorcompany.com.
If you want a different and enjoyable car buying experience, please give us the opportunity here at Columbia Motor Company.
Welcome back in. Lewis Maddox, Front Porch Sports Radio Network. Here's the first baseman, Amos DeParte. Here in the top of the fourth inning, his team holds a 1-0 lead over Columbia. And a strike thrown by Peyton Grooms on pitch number 1 here in the top of the fourth. Outside corner that time. Grooms painted it. The count now 0-2 to the Spring Hill first baseman. This one put into play right over the head of the shortstop for Columbia. Ryan Blake went right over the tip of his glove as he lets it sail out into the gap in left center field. And DeParte is on for a leadoff single. Back up comes the pitcher, Devin York. First pitch strike from Grooms, second pitch down low, and it's a 1-1 count. Spring Hill with a 1-0 lead has one on here at the top of the fourth. This one popped foul down the first base line. Jordan got a good piece of it. Still goes down as a strike. 1-2 the count. He watched a beautiful pitch from Grooms go right by him. Straight down Main Street for out number 1 here in the top of the 4th. That's the 7th strikeout from Peyton Grooms. Now in 3 1/3 innings of work in the 11U state tournament. This one going towards short, and the throw over to first base is going to be in time for out number 2. That time Riot Blake scooped it up, bobbled it a little bit, couldn't make it in time to try and turn the double play, but still went over to first and got the hitter out for out number 2.
Now batting number 13, Wyatt Copeland.
It was the catcher Ferrara. And up comes the right fielder Wyatt Copeland. And now a fielding error for Columbia as Departe stole third. The throw down to third was off the mark. Gets out into left field and coming home. Departe makes it a 2-0 lead for Spring Hill over Columbia. Wyatt Copeland with a 1-0 count. Swings through that pitch, and it's even up 1-1. Top of the 4th inning, 2 away, and Spring Hill on top of Columbia, 2-0. Pitch from Grooms, swung through by Copeland. And the count now 1-2. Pitch from Grooms, over the head of Copeland that time. Count now even once again at 2-2. No one on for Spring Hill. Swung through by Copeland, and that will retire the side. Spring Hill puts up another run. 1 hit, 1 run, and none left on for the 11U All-Stars from Spring Hill. They lead it 2-0 over Columbia as we head to the bottom of 4. This is Columbia American Baseball.
Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Delicious food and amazing service at an affordable price. Mezcal Cochina Mexicana. Located off of Nashville Highway in Neapolis, near Spring Hill High School, 2504 Care Lane. Authentic Mexican cuisine. Full menu. Family dine-in. Takeout. Delivery. Offering the best cocktails in the area. On the rocks or frozen, pair your meal with our famous margarita. Don't forget, Mezcal Cochina Mexicana for your next meal. Check us out on Facebook. Visit Mezcal Cochina Mexicana today. Proud supporters of the Front Porch Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chris Chumley, owner of Expert Landscaping, LLC. Located in beautiful Columbia, Tennessee, Expert Landscaping specializes in consulting and design for all your outdoor needs, as well as installations for landscaping, pools, patios, outdoor kitchens, fireplaces, irrigation, and lighting. Call us today at 931-374-1772. Expert Landscaping, where quality work is an investment in the future.
Welcome back in to Tom McFarland Field. 2-0 the score here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Columbia trying to regain some momentum here against the 11U All-Stars from Spring Hill. I'm Lewis Maddox for the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. We are here for Game 1 between Columbia and Spring Hill in the 11U District All-Star Tournament. First pitch from Devin York goes inside to Brady McClellan for Columbia for ball 1. McClellan wearing number 10 and playing in left field today. Fouls that pitch off towards the first base side, and the count now even 1-1. 1-1 pitch high and inside. And McClellan now ahead 2-1 in the count. Bottom of the 4th, Spring Hill on top 2-0 over Columbia. Game 2 will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. We'll have the coverage starting just after the national anthem for 11U Game 2 here in the district. And a 3-1 pitch goes high from Devin York, and the leadoff man is on for Columbia.
Now batting for Columbia, number 4, Benny Rivera.
Benny Rivera comes up, the tying run to the plate for Columbia with one on. No outs, bottom of the fourth inning. Rivera, the 12th man in the lineup, and Columbia finally down at the end of their lineup. Rivera with a 1-0 count as that pitch missed inside. Offering from York comes in down the middle for strike number 1. Inside for ball 2. York very efficient today, only up to 33 pitches in 3 innings of work. That one painted to the outside corner, evens the count up now 2-2. Benny Rivera starting at third base today for Columbia. Pitch from York. Outside corner, strike 3, and Rivera watched it go by for out number 1 here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting for Columbia, number 2, Thomas Harris.
Back around to the top of the lineup for Columbia for the first time today here in the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Thomas Harris, 1 for 1 on the day with a single in the bottom of the first. That was the first strikeout recorded of the day for Devin York. And the first pitch to Thomas Harris is fouled away into the back netting for strike 1. High and away that time to the left-handed hitter Harris. Evens the count up 1-1. This one gets away from Carpenter. Jason Carpenter scoops it back up and gets it back to York after the low pitch. Ball 2 from the Spring Hill pitcher. 2-1 offering is outside. And the count now 3-1 for Thomas Harris, the leadoff designated hitter. Pitch from York is called strike 2. As the count now full to Harris. And Harris watched it go by on strike 3. And that'll be the second strikeout recorded on the day for Devin York in the second in a row. Out 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Back up comes Peyton Grooms.
Peyton Grooms.
He put it on the ground his first time up in the bottom of the first and got thrown out at first. So 0 for 1 on the day so far. Still 1 on for Columbia. At first base. The Columbia 11U team down 2-0 to Spring Hill here in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch from York to Grooms, called strike 1. This one popped up. A great placed ball into right field, and that may score a run. Rounding third, Columbia going to send one home, and McClellan will come in and cut the lead in half for Columbia. It's an RBI triple for Peyton Grooms, screaming down the first base line and almost to the fence in right field. It's now 2-1. Spring Hill still on top of Columbia, but some life for the home team here in Game 1 of the district tournament.
Now batting for Columbia, number 12, Wyatt Dial.
Back up comes Wyatt Dial. He popped one up in foul territory, and it was caught by Ferrara, who has been playing behind the plate at catcher for Spring Hill. For recorded out, so he's 0 for 1 on the day. This one popped up, kind of in a similar situation right there. He popped it up right towards the dugout. Carpenter did not see it, thankfully, and could not get there in time, but it is an 0-2 count. to Wyatt Dial. Pitch goes high on an 0-2 count. Now 1-2. Grooms the lone man on for Columbia. He's at third. With 2 away in the bottom of the 4th inning and a 1-2 count to Wyatt Dial. Pitch called outside, and it's a 2-2 count. The Columbia catcher, wearing number 12. Here's the 2-2 count. It's put into play. Going towards Ruiz. He scoops it up. The throw over to first base is in time to departe for out number 3. 1 hit, 1 run scored for Columbia, and 1 left on. They trail it 2-1 to Spring Hill as we head to the top of the 5th inning. This is Columbia American Baseball.
After 4 innings, the 12th.
Hello, I'm Rick Whitley.
And I'm Daniel Pollard from Jones & Lang Sporting Goods. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for the many years of support. Since 1966, Jones & Lang has been locally owned and operated and supplying teams from T-ball to college. Stop by and see what we can do for you. We offer a wide variety of services from silk screening and embroidery to our custom trophy and awards department.
We're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 9 to noon. Remember, Jones & Lang Sporting Goods, the look of a winner.
You wanna be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you wanna taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue.
At Tom McFarland Field inside of Bungle West Park. Lewis Maddox on the call for the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. 103.7 WKRM. 2-1 is the score between Columbia and Spring Hill in game number 1 of the 11U District Tournament hosted here in Columbia, Tennessee.
Spring Hill Little League All-Star number 22, Jason Carpenter.
Jason Carpenter will lead off for Spring Hill here in the top of the 5th inning. Started out as an extra hitter on the roster for the 11U team for Spring Hill and has taken over behind the plate for Elijah Ferrara, who started out the game there. First pitch from Peyton Grooms goes outside for ball 1. He's up to 65 pitches to this point. Whereas Devin York to this point has only thrown 47. That gap has closed in a little bit. Swing and a miss by Carpenter. The count now 1-2. Devin York started out very efficient. His outing in the bottom of the 4th put a couple of counts up on him as that pitch is swung through on strike 3. It bounces towards the plate. But Wyatt Dial scoops it up and throws it down to Colt Wessels at first base and
now
records
number 6,
out number 1 here in the top of the 5th inning. That goes down as the 9th strikeout of the day for Peyton Grooms. Good pitch that time from Grooms for strike 1. And away top of the 5th inning. So second baseman Aiden Bonner, he struck out his first time up in the top of the 2nd. Inside corner that time from Grooms, and it's a 1-2 count. Wasting no time is Grooms. There's a 75th pitch of the outing. And that one comes in high to the second baseman Bonner. Evens the count up now 2-2. Fouled away, just barely got a piece of it, but it was still caught by Dial. And it goes down as another strikeout for Peyton Grooms, now 10 on the day. Back out comes Gage Holtgrew. Starting in left field for Columbia today, and strike one is thrown down the pipe from Peyton Grooms. Now 2 away here at the top of the 5th inning as that pitch goes high and away for ball 1. 2-1 Spring Hill. This one fouled away. So 1-2 count to Gage Holtgrew. Playing left field, wearing number 34. 2 away, and that pitch called inside. Now a 2-2 count for Holtgrew. Offering from Grooms goes outside, tried to make him chase it. But Gage was not running after that one, and the count is now full. Here's the pitch. Goes down low, gets by Wyatt Dial, and it's a walk. The first of the afternoon for Peyton Grooms. He puts one on. Still 2 away, top of the 5th inning. Now 1 on for Spring Hill. It's Holtgrew at first base. And that walk will warrant a mound meeting for Columbia American. And up to 82 pitches, you might think that Columbia will make a move right here. Or they may let him finish out and face his last batter. And yes, they are going to do that. They'll leave him out there. Pitch limit is 85. Don't know if that has changed for All-Stars, but I know for the regular season in Little League, 85 is the pitch count. But he can go over that if he's trying to finish off a batter. So this could be the last one he faces. It's Irvine, the designated hitter. Pitch goes inside for ball 1. Two away, top of the 5th inning, 1 on for Spring Hill. The 1-run lead over Columbia. Good pitch that time from Grooms. Even count now 1-1.
For Spring Hill, number 72, Luke Irvin.
Luke Irvin wearing number 72. Swings through that pitch, and it's now a 1-2 count. And the offering from Grooms goes inside, and the count runs even 2-2. Holtgrew, the lone man on first base for Spring Hill, and that pitch is off the mark for ball 3. Holtgrew advances to second base on that pitch right there as it got away from Wyatt Dial. 3-2 pitch. Right down the middle for strike 3. And Irvine watched it go by. And that will do it for the top of the 5th inning. No hits, no runs, and 1 left on for Spring Hill. They still lead it 2-1 over Columbia as we head to the bottom of 5. This is Columbia American Baseball.
Do you want to be a bad man? Yes, you do. Do you want to taste sweet salvation underneath the summer moon? Do you need another hand now? Yes, you do. Go see Miss Josie down on Columbus Avenue. All right, Columbus Avenue.
Hi, I'm Robert Rogers at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
And I'm Michael Parks Lawrence at Parks Motor Sales Buick GMC.
Together, we're Mr. Bobby Parks' grandsons, and we run his dealership, and we are glad to be part of our local community.
Being family owned and operated, we invest heavily in our community.
We do things like sports teams, schools, bands, you name it. We try to help everybody we can.
The reason why we do this is because we all love this community.
So come do business with us, your neighbors, at Parks Motor Sales in Columbia, Tennessee, right off Nashville Highway, or at parksmotorsales.com.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in the 11U District Tournament from Tom McFarland Field. Game 1 here late in this one shows Spring Hill with a 2-1 advantage
here in the bottom of the
over Columbia.
Columbia American, it'll be number 32, Riot Blake.
Riot Blake getting his second turn at the plate in this game one of the district tournament from Tom McFarland Field. Had a pop-up in the infield, which was caught by Nate Ruiz. Excuse me, Aiden Bonner at second base made that grab on the outer rim of the infield. First pitch to Blake. He fouls it away, just fouled down the third base line for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and this one is driven deep out into left center field. Riot Blake going to at least get two out of this one, and he will stay at second base. A double for Riot Blake. The leadoff man for Columbia gets into scoring position.
Now batting for Columbia.
As the lead run comes up to the plate, and it's Nick Parks. Last time Nick Parks was up, his first at-bat, he fouls that one away. He ran through first base off of an error, fielding error from Spring Hill, and then was tagged on his way back to the bag, which was out number 2 the last time he was up, as that one is scooped up by the third baseman, Bonner. And he was trying to hold Blake onto second and just allowed Nick Parks,
Elijah Davis,
to get over to first base. Up comes Elijah Davis, extra hitter on the roster for Columbia. This one driven out into left field. It'll get down for a hit. A knock and an RBI for Elijah Davis sends in Riot Blake, who ties the ball game up at 2.
Now batting for Columbia American, number 11, Colt Wessel.
And up comes the first baseman, Colt Wessel. Elijah Davis, an RBI single, ties this ball game up at 2 apiece in the bottom of the 5th inning. But still no outs for Columbia, and a meeting for Spring Hill at the mound with Devin York, who has thrown a fantastic game. Only 2 strikeouts, but has been fantastic to this point. And it looks like Columbia has finally honed in on him and has started knocking it around the park. They'll leave him out there. He's 52 pitches in to the outing here in game one of the district tournament between Columbia and Spring Hill. 2-2 the score as Colt Wessel steps up with 2 on for Columbia. First pitch from York comes in high for ball 1. High and inside, now ball 2. It's a 2-0 count to Colt Wessels, the first baseman for Columbia. His first time up, he hit a line drive right back to Devin York, who made the grab from on top of the bump, and now he's facing a 3-0 count. Colt Wessels well ahead. His second time up to the plate. Pitch goes high, and the bases are loaded for Columbia. A 4-pitch walk from Devin York loads the bases.
The American, number 19, Ryder Dale.
Up comes Ryder Dale, another extra hitter on the roster for Columbia. No outs with the bases loaded in the tie ball game in the bottom of the 5th inning. Pitch goes high. With the bases loaded, there's nowhere to put a Columbia player. A 1-0 count here, and a walk will score the lead run. This one put into play, and it shoots up into right field. That might score 2 runs. One scores. Coming in is Nick Parks, and another one coming in is Elijah Davis, and now a third coming in as they can't corral it out in right field. Spring Hill off of an error right there. An RBI double, a 3 RBI double for Ryder Dale puts Columbia on top, 5-2. Back up comes Camden Williams. Still a runner in scoring position for Columbia, as that is Ryder Dale. Strike thrown that time by Devin York. It's an 0-2 count.
Camden Williams.
Camden hit a single his first time up in the bottom of the third inning, and he goes down on 3 pitches right there, strikes out. For out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
William Santiago.
5-2 Columbia lead. This one popped up. Shallow right field coming up. No, it'll be a drop and a knock as rounding third is Dale, and he comes in and scores. It's now a 4-run lead as rounding second and going towards third is Liam Santiago, the starting second baseman, an RBI single right there, and ends up on third base.
Now adding for Columbia American, number 10, Brady McClellan.
Back up comes Brady McClellan, the left fielder wearing number 10. He walked his first time up. Back in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch comes in low from York for ball 1. Strike thrown that time by York. Even count 1-1. That time called low. Another shallow shot into right field, and it'll drop fair. Another run scores for Columbia. It's now 7-2, an RBI single for Brady McClellan here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's 7-2, Columbia over Spring Hill.
Now batting for Columbia American, number 4, Benny Rivera.
And back down to the bottom of the lineup for Columbia, it's Benny Rivera starting at third base. He swings through pitch 1 for strike 1. Columbia just 1 out to go here in the bottom of the 5th. To start the bottom of the 5th was down 2-1. They've since put up 6 runs to go up 7-2 over Spring Hill here in the bottom of the 5th. And Rivera swings through 3 straight pitches, and he will be out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 1 on for Columbia as they lead it by 5 in the bottom of 5. A hit batter right there is Thomas Harris, a leadoff man.
Thomas Harris.
And once again, 2 on for Columbia as Harris trots down to first base.
Now batting for Columbia American, number 8, Peyton Grooms.
Back up comes Peyton Grooms. Hit a triple in the bottom of the 4th inning. And he got hit. Got him on the inside. That time the Evo Shield worked beautifully right there on his left elbow. And the bases are loaded for Columbia. And another meeting with York. And the second meeting within the 5th inning of play, and that will warrant a pitching change. York started out fantastic, but has given up 6 runs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and a change will be made. Actually, they're going to keep York out there. I guess the rules are different for Allstars. And York will be able to stay out there. As Wyatt Dial is up.
Batting for Columbia American.
For Columbia.
Number 12, Wyatt Dial.
Try and check the Columbia runner at second base. He gets back safe. Thomas Harris does. Throw home, and it's driven, blistered into left field. Thomas Harris will stay on third. 1 run scores an RBI single for Wyatt Dial. And now coming home is Thomas Harris, and he comes in and scores another run for Columbia. It's now 9-2, and they can't find the ball. In comes another run. And Dial gets all the way around to third base as they finally find the ball. It's 10-2 Columbia as 3 runs scored right there. That was an interesting play. Still 2 away, bottom of the 5th inning. It's a 9-run inning for Columbia to this point. Whole lot of fielding errors for Spring Hill after the fact. Back up comes Wyatt Blake. He led off this inning with a double in the bottom of the 5th. 1 on for Columbia. So Wyatt Dial, the catcher, at third base. And Blake now with a 2-0 count.
Heading to Columbia American number 32, Wyatt Blake.
Columbia has just turned it on offensively here in the 5th inning of play. Popped up straight in the air and will soar and get out of play just barely on the third base side. Going down to strike 1. It's a 2-1 count for Wyatt Blake. Blake starting at shortstop today for Columbia, wearing number 32. Swings and misses, even count. It's only 2 strikes. And now a rundown with Wyatt Dial in between home and third base. So after all that, Wyatt Blake only had 2 strikes. He thought it was a drop third strike, and he went to first, then he went to second. Then there was a rundown with Dial in between third and home. But none of that was real. It's a 2-2 count for Wyatt Blake. And now he's probably extremely tired after doing all of that running. And we'll have to get back into the box and face Devin York. Now the home plate umpire coming up to the mound for a meeting with Devin York. 10-2 the score in the bottom of the 5th inning. Columbia on top of Spring Hill. An illegal pitch called right there. Adds a ball to the count. It's a full count now for Wyatt Blake. As he steps back into the box. Full count offering from Devin York. Popped up and will be sent off the net and out of play down the third base side. Bonner scoops it up from his third base spot. We've got a Bonner at third and a Bonner at second base. 2 brothers, I'm assuming. This one pops straight up in the air down the first base side. Departey is under it in foul territory and makes the grab. Spring Hill finally gets out of this inning. A 9-run inning for Columbia here in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning of play. Columbia on top 10-2 over Spring Hill. This is Columbia American Baseball.
He shoots, and he scores!
Hi, I'm Matt Perales, manager of Murray County Equipment. We help you with all your agriculture and construction equipment needs. We carry a full line of New Holland tractors from compacts to high horsepower. We have a full line of gravely mowing equipment. We also have New Holland construction equipment, attachments, and accessories for your tractors and a complete parts department. We are locally owned and operated. Come see us at 1075 North James Campbell Boulevard or learn about us on Facebook or contact us at 931-490-8183.
Thomas Harris now on the mound for the 11U team for Columbia American. What an inning for Columbia American in the bottom of the fifth. I lost track of how many hits
on the mound
and how many runs. I know it was 9 runs scored for Columbia American in the bottom of the fifth inning of play. And Columbia now 3 outs away from taking game 1 in this series against Spring Hill for the 11U district tournament. From Columbia, Tennessee. 10-2 the score. Lewis Maddox on the call for the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. Austin Barner, the third baseman. Bonner leads off for Spring Hill.
The inning for Spring Hill, number 11, Austin Bonner.
2 pitches thrown in a row and 2 strikes thrown in a row by Thomas Harris. It's an 0-2 count for Austin Bonner. Wearing number 11 and playing at third base. His second at-bat of the ball game. This one shot straight up in the air. Under it is Dial, and he makes the ground for out number 1. Great job to track that ball down the first base side by Wyatt Dial. And Columbia American 2 outs away from a game 1 victory. Pitch goes high and away to Ruiz, the shortstop for Spring Hill.
Now batting number 9, Nixon Ruiz.
Nixon Ruiz 1 of 1 on the day, with a single in the top of the third inning. Swings and misses that one. It's a 1-2 count. And he swings through that one for out number 2. A strikeout, the first of the day for Thomas Harris. And Spring Hill down to their final out of the ball game.
Now batting for Spring Hill, number 30, Saxon Bill.
Saxon Beal struck out his first time up in the top of the third inning. He lays off of that pitch right there and lays off of another one this time from Thomas Harris. Counts 2-0. Two-way top of the sixth inning. No one on for Spring Hill. They need 8 runs to push this thing down into bottom of the sixth inning. It's a 3-0 count here for Saxon Beal. Pitch from Harris, put into play, and will be shot out into right field. It'll get down for a knock for Saxon Beal. Now gets by. An errant throw from right field as Beal will track over to second base. So a single and then an error advances Beal to second. And a runner is in scoring position for Spring Hill with 2 away in the top of the sixth.
Now batting for Spring Hill, number 31, Grant Rector.
Grant Rector back up as we wrap back around to the top of the lineup. Now meeting between the umpires. Right past home plate down the first baseline. A quick one as they break up. Rector 1 for 2 on the day. A bunt in the top of the first and a strikeout in the top of the third. This is his third time up today. Takes pitch 1 outside and low from Thomas Harris. Harris swings back around. This one fouled away under the back netting. Evens the count up 1-1. One on for Spring Hill. Saxon Beal. That's second. Pitch goes outside. It's a 2-1 count to the center fielder Rector, number 31. This one put into play, going towards the shortstop. The throw over to first base is not in time. The speed from Rector right there, as it was bobbled just a little bit by Riot Blake at shortstop. And it gave Rector just enough time to get to the bag at first base. And back up comes Amos DeParte.
Amos DeParte.
He's also 1 for 2 on the day. A single his last time up in the top of the fourth. He swings through pitch 1 for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch gets by Dial, and both runners will advance. They'll throw down, but not in time, as Grooms now playing third base as he comes off the mound and takes over for Benny Rivera there. This one going to be a pooch shot out into center field, and it'll get down for a hit, and it will score a run, getting by Peyton Grooms as they bring it back into the field of play. It's a run scored for Spring Hill, and now runners on the corners for the 11U team from Spring Hill. And Wyatt Dial will walk up to the pitching mound to have a short conversation with Thomas Harris as they try to finish this thing out with 2 away in the top of the 6th.
Devin York.
Score is now 10-3, Columbia on top. Here in game 1 of the 11U district tournament from Columbia, Tennessee. Devin York now up for Spring Hill. Here's the pitch from Thomas Harris. It's swung through by York for strike 1. Oh-1 the count. This one's fouled away, and it's an 0-2 count now for Grant York, who has gone the entire way today on the mound for Spring Hill. Faces an 0-2 count here. And the visitors from Spring Hill down to their final strike here in game 1 of the 11U district tournament. 0-2 pitch from Thomas Harris goes high and inside for ball 1. Devin York 0 for 2 on the day. A strikeout in the top of the 4th. And the top of the 1st, he reached second on an error by Columbia. Outside goes that pitch and evens the count up. Now 2-2. Columbia 10, Spring Hill 3. And a strike went into it. Goes high on the full count pitch. It's not a full count pitch right there. It's now full count. York thought that was ball 4. The count 3-2, and he steps back into the box. Here's the pitch from Harris. Goes behind York, gets by Dial, coming in and scoring the 4th run for Spring Hill is Rector. It's now 10-4 Spring Hill. Still with 2 on. And Thomas Harris going to be taken out with 2 away in the top of the 6th inning. Pitching change is going to be made here with 2 away in the top of the 6th. 1 out for Columbia would get them a game 1 victory here against Spring Hill in the 11U district tournament. But the final out will come from someone else. We'll let you know who that is when we return. 10-3, Columbia over Spring Hill. This is Columbia American Baseball.
Farmer Johnny here, Taylor Family Farm. I want to give y'all a little look-see. We raise 100% non-GMO, grass-fed beef, pasture chicken, and pork on our family farm. Everything that we grow is raised with love and care to ensure the highest quality and nutrition for our family and customers. You can shop online at TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com or visit our farm store in person at Etheridge, Tennessee at 301 Dave Reisner Road. That's TaylorFamilyFarmTN.com for more information.
Number 41, Elijah Ferreira.
Elijah Ferraro will be the first batter to face off against Nick Parks, who just took over for Thomas Harris. And Parks' first pitch going to be put right towards Bonner. Oh, no. Gets under and goes out into right field. An error for Columbia defensively. And it scores Departey. And the lead is down to 5. Ten to 5 the score. Columbia on top of Spring Hill here in the top of the 6th inning with 2 away. Heck of a 2-out rally so far by Spring Hill. 3 runs scored to this point. It was 10-2 entering 6. Up comes the right fielder Wyatt Copeland. He swings and misses at pitch 1.
Number 13, Wyatt.
So now a throw down to third base, gets out into left field, and coming in to score is Devin York. Cuts the lead down to 4. Ferrara advances to second base. Just error after error for Columbia here in the top of the 6th inning as this almost gets by Dial. The outside pitch from Parks evens up the count. It's 1-1. Peyton Grooms at third base gets an extra pair of sunglasses. And now Parks steps off of the rubber and steps back on to get a new signal from Wyatt Dial as catcher behind home plate. Pitch comes in high and inside. Counts now 2-1. 2 away, top of the 6th inning. It's a 4-run lead for Columbia. Pitch comes in low. It's now 3-1 for Wyatt Copeland. Copeland 0 for 2 on the evening so far. And ball 4 comes down. And we'll get to advance down to first base. Now 2 on for Spring Hill. Back out comes Jason Carpenter, an extra hitter on the roster. Then came in and has been covering the catching duties for Columbia for the second half of the game. Wild pitch that time gets outside, and both runners advance. It's now 2 in scoring position for Spring Hill, down by 4. Strike thrown that time by Parks. Counts now 1-1. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs and a 4-run lead for Columbia. That one goes outside. Count now 2-1. Pitch from Parks outside. It's a 3-1 count for Carpenter. And outside once again. Bases are loaded for Spring Hill, and the tying run comes to the plate. They're being down 10-2 to start the top of the 6th inning. It's now 10-6 with the bases loaded and 2 away. Another meeting at the mound for Columbia. And up comes the second baseman, Aiden Bonner.
Now batting for Spring Hill, number 6, Aiden Bonner.
Struck out twice, his 2 times up. Both of those to Peyton Grooms. Columbia has struggled on the mound since Grooms left the bump. First pitch to Bonner, goes high and inside. It's a 1-0 count. Strike thrown that time. Evens up the count 1-1 to Aiden Bonner. Hit by pitch. Bonner takes his base, and one will come in and score. It's now 10-7, Columbia on top of Spring Hill. Back up comes Gage Holtgrew. Bases still loaded. Holtgrew is the lead run now at the plate for Spring Hill. Well inside again from Parks. Counts 1-0.
Now batting, number 34, Gage Holtgrew.
Pitch from Parks. Touches the outside corner for a strike. 2-1's the count. 10-7 the score. This one put towards second base. The throw over to first is in time, and the game is over. Columbia wins game one despite a heck of a rally by Spring Hill with 2 away in the top of the 6th. They were down by 8. They only lost by 3, and the bases were loaded when this one ended. 10-7, the final score here from Tom McFarland Field in game one of the 11U District Tournament from Columbia, Tennessee. Columbia and Spring Hill, always a fantastic rivalry no matter what sport it is. This time it was Little League Baseball. And it was a fantastic game one. We'll get probably another fantastic game tomorrow in game 2. First pitch will be at 3 o'clock. We'll be on just a little bit before that gets underway. Some good sportsmanship shown in the middle of the field as Columbia wins game one 10-7 over Spring Hill here in game one of the 11U District Tournament. It was not easy, but they got it done. Spring Hill, a lot of fight in them for that 2-out rally in the top of the 6th inning, but didn't have enough as Nick Parks put one down the middle, was put into play, and the throw over to first base was in time for the 3rd out, and that is what wrapped up the ball game. Once again, the final score 10-7, Columbia over Spring Hill. They lead the series 1-0, and they'll play again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Well, thank you for tuning in to the Front Porch Sports Radio Network. We still have programming on. The 10U All-Stars are playing on the field behind us. Peyton Calvert on the call for those matchups. Columbia and Spring Hill playing over there with 1 year difference. The 10-year-olds over on that side. That's on all of our streaming platforms, frontporchradiotn.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. And I think that's it. I want to thank everybody for listening. And once again, the final score, Columbia 10, Spring Hill 7, heading into game 2 of the 11U District Tournament. We'll see you tomorrow.